She's been taken out back by the woodshed and put down. Put down like Old Yeller.
I was going to say, which story is this? Old Yeller? Or?
Old Cinderella.
Oh,
is
man.
what it is. Old Cinderella, because she's no longer with us. And
Please don't.
Yeah, if you don't know,
Allegedly.
Listen, Cinderella, if she sounded like that, would have been put down a long time ago.
Oh, man.
But
strong,
she's
man.
been put down with the NCAA tournament. Cinderella may be dead forever. And we said that before the break, that there's been a murder of Cinderella, and we'll tell you who the culprit is. Well,
You're a dick.
Whoa.
Sorry, Bob.
Oh, well. Jeez. That was from a cartoon years ago. Oh, you don't know? Was that you, Aaron?
Yeah, it was me. Just go with it.
Yeah. All right. So we've got nothing but large conferences left in the Sweet 16. You've got 6 Big Ten teams, 4 SEC teams, 3 Big 12 teams, and 2 Big East teams and 1 team from the ACC. And that's it. There is nobody else other than teams from those conferences. And this has only happened once before in NCAA history, and that was last year.
Yep.
And it only goes to show you how the tide is turning, and it is really difficult to be a team from outside one of these major conferences and really compete in the NCAA, because if you've got a young, really talented player who shines one year for you, the next year there's a decent chance, thanks to the transfer portal, that he's going to be shining somewhere else.
This is a problem. And
I don't know what you do about it, though.
There's nothing you can do.
You can't put this cat back in the bag.
You might have a little run where guys have stuck around and they're with their program for years, and now you got a couple seniors and juniors that make a complete, deep team, and they're not a higher-seeded team, and they're making a run. I don't know. That's going to be an anomaly.
I think that's Iowa now.
Which is crazy.
Like Iowa might be, and you called St. John's a 2-seed last year,
a Cinderella,
and I thought that was kooky. But we might be at the point where the needle has moved, where it's going to be a 9-seed, which I mentioned in the first segment is the lowest seed remaining in the tournament. The 9-seed might be a Cinderella now, whereas before it would be a nice story for a 9-seed to get to the Sweet 16, but they certainly wouldn't be like a massive Cinderella.
It's also Iowa.
It might be as big as it gets now.
Like, what makes success? Iowa's had, not national championship recently, but Iowa's had, they're not a team that's come out of nowhere.
Fran McCaffrey, new head coach at Penn, who in our blind resume bracket you guys picked to beat Illinois. That didn't happen. But he was at Iowa for 15 years, never made a Sweet 16. Ben McCollum in year 1, Sweet 16.
Yeah, that's it's very impressive, and how they did it was really impressive. But I think we're seeing fewer and fewer Cinderellas, and that's how it's going to be for a long time, because you look at some of the teams, we talk about High Point. Oh, Cinderella, High Point. Calipari made some good points, and people have talked about it. They've got money. They've got great facilities. All right, so
they have a free steakhouse. They have a free steakhouse.
So, all right, so we look and we go, oh, High Point. Who's High Point? Well, if you've got the money, if you've got the program that's going to be a destination for players to come to,
yeah,
and that's a rare instance, but even that will only get you so far. So it's a story of chalk now. I think people used to be scared when you're filling out your brackets. You're like, oh, I have too many favorites in here. Someone's going to get upset. 12-5, and we saw one of those, Wisconsin, going down. But really, typically now, a lot of the chalk, the favorites, win out.
I think it's going to be worse. I think we just mentioned that this has only happened twice, and it's last year and this year. I don't think it's going to hover. I don't think it's going backwards. I think it's only going to get worse, because this has just started. Teams and these schools, they have just begun the fundraising, and until some kind of change happens with the system, these teams that are all of a sudden spending a bunch of money because they legally, that had to do it behind closed doors and sneakily before, now they can just throw money at people. They're like the Mark Cubans of the world. He's the first. I don't know if he's the first, but like when it comes to big, massive backers, like I don't think that's a trend that's going away. I think it's only going to become greater, and schools are only going to start spending more money. And I think the gap between the haves and the have-nots gets larger before something happens.
Mark Cuban's the name we know. There are so many big money backers that have been doing this since the start that we don't even hear about, their names, and they're just big. They just put whatever the university needs, the program needs, they do it. Are we overreacting?
But you said Mark Cuban is the reason why Indiana won the national championship, right?
Right. Yeah. But when you said the first, I don't know specifically the first.
Well, that's why I said he's not really the first. But
Yeah.
he's a massive name that has obviously funneled a ton of money into a school that was never successful from a football standpoint enough to make them a national champion. That's not just anybody.
No,
right?
no, but you have a big program. Indiana's a big program, a big university, I should say.
But it wasn't always it was for a long time not a big program at all when it came to football.
Michigan bought their quarterback. It didn't work for them.
Yeah.
But there was a guy whose wife was a Michigan alum, and Larry Ellison.
Founder of Oracle.
Yeah, he's got all the money. And
Didn't Portnoy pony up the money for the quarterback, though? Or at least a bunch of it?
And he partnered with them to get it done. So, yeah, you have the big schools who are getting that done, too. I think maybe, potentially, we could have a conversation about this Cinderella being dead as being an overreaction. If you think about it, Duke was on the ropes against Siena.
Yep.
Kentucky needed a crazy shot from Oweh to beat Santa Clara, which
I'm not over
us.
that yet.
I'm not over that.
Shut the up.
We all took Santa Clara. Are you over that, Sam? I'm not over it. Pat, you're not over it.
Have we looked into if we would have won any of those bets had that game gone our way, though?
We would have.
We would have. Jesus.
I went back and looked for you
All
guys.
right. Thank
Terrible.
you.
Yeah, I had a couple of those where I lost by one.
Sometimes once I've lost a bet, I don't want to know. I don't want, like I told you about the one I went in with our guy, Big Mike the Goon, that he sent me, and we lost on a layup. And yeah, I didn't want to go back and look, and I did, and that was the only one.
I'm taking it back. It's not the greatest weekend in sports.
Whoa.
It's really bad for
Just
me.
because you gamble too much.
No, it's not only it's that gambling. I've noticed the past few. It's my biggest gambling weekend by far.
I thought it was the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl is my biggest one bet on one day, like what I'll make. And even last year, I really didn't bet that much on the Super Bowl. This year,
Nope, this Super Bowl was just not sexy.
yeah, I didn't bet
Nobody
a lot.
wanted. I wonder what the numbers were in comparison to other years.
Yeah, I didn't put a lot on in this Super Bowl, but I bet a lot. I came out on top from Saturday, Sunday just a little bit, but I got killed on Friday. Thursday, I was a little bit down. But it's just the sitting, and then I had to do the thing yesterday because I had you idiots in my head where I was just walking around my apartment.
That's not fair.
With my phone in my pocket, just trying to get my steps. I was so close to 10,000 yesterday, and I was just like, just keep doing it. Just keep going around your apartment. Get to 10G. Get to do it.
Oh, there's so many times I'm so glad I don't live in your head.
I was
it's
so
like
close.
It's like 7 times a day he tells me something where I'm like, oh God, I'm so glad I'm not inside that brain.
No, I walked
It's
a
gotta
lot
be
yesterday.
exhausting.
It was really nice. I actually should be doing that more.
Yeah,
Outside.
I was gonna say, just
Outside.
doing laps around your house is weird.
No, I went all around
especially
downtown.
your place. Like your place, it's not easy to get steps in your place.
Right.
Like your place is nice, but it's not exactly like roomy from a walk around standpoint.
Got to get outside, people. It's important.